TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Now, when you came back, was there any pressure, and we didn't really get into this, was there any pressure on you to ever do steroids? And what are your views on steroids?
Yeah. Vince, we were out at the Cow Palace one day. He said, Patera, your ass is as white as your shoulders. And I says, wow, what are you saying? The Ultimate Warrior is your ideal? Or what the fuck's going on here? You know, Vince McMahon was all sauced up. He'd been sauced up since he was fucking early 20s, you know, or late teens or whatever, you know. And so it really pissed me off. Now I told him, I said, I didn't want to do steroids anymore. You know, I dickered very little. I really didn't, fuck with them that much. And it got to the point that everybody was gassed up. I'll give you an example. Davey Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid were taking more steroid in a month than I took in my fucking lifetime. And I told them that. And Quick Draw, Rick McGraw from North Carolina. I told these guys, I said, and Bruce the Barber Beefcakes, and all these guys, I said, Hulk Hogan, all these guys, I said, fuck, you guys are taking more steroid in a month than I took in my whole fucking weightlifting career. I said, I military pressed more weight over my head than you guys can fucking roll. I said, fuck, this is bizarre. And I mean, it was fucking rampant. The kid, Vince, he didn't give a fuck,
Right.
And then he finally got busted in what, I don't remember what year that was, 90, 91.
Yeah, it was early 90s.
Yeah.
When you came back, you teamed up with Billy Jack Haynes. What are your memories of teaming up with Billy Jack?
Billy Jack's a criminal. Has a criminal mind, criminal attitude. I didn't care for it.
Right.
I just...
We did an interview with him about 2 years ago, and he was definitely out there.
Yeah, he's a criminal.
Right.
And I just... it wasn't my cup of tea.
I hear you.
Just because he was from Portland, Oregon, I was from Portland, Oregon, it'd be the Lumberjacks. And I mean, Billy Jack Haynes, believe me, he was over here. He was way over here, and the rest were here.
I hear you.
And I told Vince, I said,
right.
But that's how they, and I didn't push it. I said, well, okay, if this is, and that's how I was in my 20-year career, about 16-year career. I kind of went with the flow. I didn't push anything. And, a lot of people say, well, are you bitter? I said, no. Why would I be bitter? The only reason for me to be bitter is if I had gone the other way. But I didn't go the other way. I just kind of went with the flow. I mean, I started and I ended.
Well, also, you also worked with Paul Orndorff when you came back, and Hercules and Harley Race. What are your memories of some of those matches with those guys?
Oh, they were all good matches. Paul Orndorff, good friend of mine. Hercules. Is Hercules passed away?
Yeah, he passed away a while ago.
Super nice. One of the nicest men I ever knew in my life. Just a real nice guy. Harley's another guy. Harley's down there in Missouri. Just a real sweet guy. Really nice people. And there's a lot of pricks in this business.
Oh yeah. There was rumors, I guess around WrestleMania 4, that you were going to headline against Hogan. Were you aware of that at WrestleMania 4?
I had no idea. When was WrestleMania?
I think that was in Atlantic City, maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is one.
He did that with Andre.
That was WrestleMania 3 with Andre one.
But then he did Andre again.
Did he?
Hogan wrestled Andre in the tournament. I think at 4.
Okay.
No, no. I was having marital problems and alcohol problems. I was a full-blown alcoholic by then.
Right.
And I wasn't. I didn't give a fuck if I was in this business or not.
Okay.
Yeah, I tell you the truth. I hated the wrestling business. I hated Vince McMahon. I hated everything that they had to do with wrestling at the time. And then when I retired, of course, in '88, over the years things mellow out. Time cures all ills, they say.
Do you think the wrestling business caused you to become an alcoholic, or do you think that was just personal?
Oh, I think I was an alcoholic before I became a wrestler.
Right.
It just, I think it intensified with the marital problems and stuff. And I mean, this is a shit business to be married in. Let's face it. Fuck it. I mean, and I don't know. I'm sure things haven't changed unless you're Triple H married to the owner's daughter. That might be different. I don't know. It's Stephanie and what's the boy's name?
Who's that?
Vince's
Shane.
Yeah, Shane.
Right.
Stephanie and Shane.
Right.
I mean, that it might be, entirely different. I don't know, but no. Back in when I started wrestling, everybody in the wrestling business when I started was an alcoholic, and by 1980, about 50% were alcoholics, and the other 50% were all pumped up on steroids and health foods, and whatever, doing yoga.
Right.
They're doing yoga with their boyfriends. Oh, you're a sweetheart.
No.
There were more than a few sweethearts. But I think things have changed now. I've watched the WWF since 2000, so it's 8 years now, so I couldn't really tell. But Vince, you're looking very old, Vince. I saw you on Donald Trump's
Apprentice.
what
The Apprentice?
Apprentice, yeah. I said, Vince, you look like shit. I mean, you motherfucker. Used to be a pretty good, handsome guy with, muscles, and used to chase the puss and stuff. I said, I'm sure you still chase the puss, but God, you look fucking terrible, man.
When you came back, were you aware that the commentators were talking about your skills being in the decline and that you should retire? This is for WWF.
I had no idea, but they're probably right. Because you know why? I didn't give a fuck if I was in the wrestling business or not.
Right.
And that's why I got the fuck out, you fucking morons.
Well, you went back to work for Vern for a little bit, right? You worked for...
that was a fucking joke.
You worked with Bad Company and Destruction Crew.
I gotta pick my nose. Do you mind if I pick my nose?
No, it's your interview.
I gotta scratch my fucking nuts. Camera doesn't come
No,
down.
it doesn't go down that low, so.
Yeah, but I have a big cock. It might pop out. But those guys were the reason I did that because I opened Patera's Fitness Emporium in North St. Paul, Minnesota, and I made a hell of a living. I made more money the first 6 years than I ever made in the WWF. Thank you, Vince, you fucking motherfucking cocksucker.
No, I want to read you.
Fuck you. Well, he forced, Vince, you forced me out of the fucking business. You created me as a liability, and I was still an asset. And I was having problems. I had alcohol problems. I had marital problems. And you knew it. And you said, we'll get rid of this piece of shit. We'll get rid of just another musclehead. Well, you motherfucker, how many other muscleheads do you have that went to the Pan American Games and Olympic Games? Fucking none, you cocksucker. Have another fucking...
He would probably say Kurt Angle, but who knows?
Kurt Angle went to the Olympics, but he wasn't a weightlifter.
Right.
I'm not talking about Kurt.
Vern Gagne.
I'm talking about Ken Patera.
Vern Gagne, I want to read you this quote. He once said that you would have had the Olympic gold medal if you hadn't been out all night trying to attack German girls the night before. What are your thoughts on that?
You're probably right. It wasn't a German bitch. It was a fucking Danish.
All right.
The bride was from Denmark.
Wow.
Was she? Oh boy, was she hot.
What are your thoughts on all the deaths in pro wrestling over the years, and which particular hit you the hardest?
Here, turn that off. I'm gonna take a piss.
Okay.
The Swiss company, they build electrical infrastructure all over the world. Oh,
It's gonna
I
go.
bought it at 8. It was all the way down to 2. I bought it at 8. Today it was like 31.
Oh wow.
About 2 years ago. They bought this fucking asshole company out of Colorado. They got tied up in that
Right. Asbestos.
God, I can't. Give me some more beer. Asbestos. They had to pay $3.5 billion
That's.
to get out from underneath that motherfucker. It drug them down for 5 years. And then I saw them, they were all the way down to like 75 cents a share. But I had, and they kept coming up and up and up, and they finally got that fucker paid off about 2 years ago. That's when I bought them. I should have put my whole life savings in them. But that'd be foolish. but instead I bought Philip Morris. Altria at the time. Now MO. That motherfucker's only returned 80% in the last 4 years. That fucker this year I think is gonna fucking double.
What do you think about the media attention with pro wrestling, with all the deaths, and which deaths, I guess, over the last couple of years really hit you the hardest?
Well, the deaths in pro wrestling. I mean, they all hit you hard. I mean, I never knew like 60% of the kids, but you know, like Hawk of the Road Warriors. You know, I didn't know him real well, but I know Joe Laurinaitis. His kid is All-American at Ohio State, linebacker. He'll probably go pro this year. Kurt Hennig, just Mr. Perfect, just sweetheart of a guy. Known the kid since he was like 16 years old. I remember meeting him at the Minneapolis airport. He came out with his dad and his mom. 1973, January 1973, when I was first breaking in. I was flying to Japan with his dad, Larry the Axe Hennig. I mean, just all the deaths, needless. And then, everybody points a finger at Vince McMahon. That is so senseless. I mean, if somebody's going to fucking kill themselves by taking cocaine or, taking, I don't know, snorting it or shooting it or whatever they do with cocaine, smoking marijuana, whatever, taking steroids. Taking steroids is not going to kill you, pal. That fucking... Chris Benoit killed himself by taking steroids. Killed his wife. Killed his son. Yeah, bullshit. Fucking steroids never killed a person in their lives. It's the person that kills somebody. It's like the fucking gun. These fucking idiots running around. Oh, ban guns, ban this, ban that, ban guns. A gun never killed a person in the gun's life. It's the person that pulled the trigger, you fucking morons. But anyway, as far as, they're like Brian Pillman, they found him dead at the Minneapolis airport, some hotel out there by the airport, some flop houses, a Motel 6 or something. They said it was a bad heart attack, and then the young Mexican kid that
Eddie girl.
Yeah, Eddie. I've known Eddie since he was a little kid. His dad used to bring him around the locker room. It's bizarre. I mean, heart attack. Yeah, fuck the heart attack. What caused the heart attack? Like Kurt Hennig. What caused the heart attack? It was the fucking drugs. It was the cocaine, snorting cocaine till 3, 4 in the morning, drinking a fucking quart of Jack Daniels, smoking 3, 4 joints every day, taking 15 uppers, amphetamines, and then they're all strung out from so much uppers, and then they have to come down so they can go to get some kind of sleep. So they take barbiturates, sleeping pills, and then and what happens? Your heart decides to burst. That's what causes a heart attack, you dumb motherfuckers. If you believe all this bullshit, that they died of steroids or died of this or died of that. No, they didn't die of any. They died of combinations of all the bullshit. And so, did Vince McMahon make him take that stuff? No. Was it required to become a WWF superstar? Maybe. Yeah, who knows? So you can take it for what it's worth. Maybe they had to take the steroids to become a superstar. Well, what the fuck? Last time I looked at TV was about 1.5 or 2 years ago. Every one of those guys, I'm not going to call them motherfuckers because they're nice guys, but they were all gassed up. They all look like Mr. Universe to me. Plus Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon, you're an old man. You're my age. You have a fucking 28-year-old body on you with a 64-year-old head stuck on top of it. Let's get fucking real, man. If nobody wants to, I don't know if you'll ever see this fucking video, but if you do, give me a call. I'm not going to give you my phone number because you already know it.
If Vince were to call you to be part of the Hall of Fame, would you accept it? And would you want to be part of the Hall of Fame?
I'd love to be part of the Hall of Fame, yeah, but he's not going to pay me the fucking $5,000 like he pays all these other jabronis. What the fuck am I going to do with $5,000, Vince? Your dad paid me $5,000 for wrestling Tony Atlas in 1980, 30 years ago. What the fuck am I going to do with $5,000? I mean, what the fuck? Fuck. I make $5,000. Well, I'm not going to tell you what I make. I make real good money.
Right. What do you do these days?
I mean, Vince, I make more than $5,000. Fuck, I'm not going to tell you what I make. But
what do you do these days for work?
I sell industrial products to the aggregate business, which is, sanding gravel.
Right.
Rocks. I sell products that screen the product, the rocks and the sand out, so the contractors can build highways and roads and driveways and houses and buildings. What I sell enables the world to build.
Right.
Yeah. You need my product to to build things. Let's put it. So don't tell me about $5,000. I'm again. Hey, come on! I'll give you $5,000 to be in the hall. Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit. I don't give a fuck about your Hall of Fame if that's all you're gonna pay me. Fuck. I know. I'm not the other guys that I understand they don't have, the means, or they don't have other occupations or whatever. I'm not demeaning anybody, but by doing this, but you're not going to get me in the Hall of Fame. I don't think he wants me in the Hall of Fame anyway, because I was legitimate. Pete Rose. Hey, Pete! Remember when I bumped into you down at South Beach, baby? I said, Pete, one thing that you got over me, hey, this is at a racetrack. Pete came in with a roll of $100 bill like that. I said, Pete, how much money you got? There's 20 grand. I said, holy shit, $20,000. Well, he walked out there with 6,000 less after about 5 hours. But anyway, I said, Pete, he recognized me right away when he came in. I said, hey, Pete Rose. He turned around, hey, strongman Ken Patera, the Olympian. He recognized me right away. But anyway, I said, Pete, you got one thing over me. He said, what's that? I said, you're in the Wrestling Hall of Fame, baby. I said, I'll never be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. He fucking fell on the ground.
Oh, wow.
I thought I was going to have to go over there and recitate him. He was fucking laughing so hard. But anyway.
TitleMatchNetwork.com